unfortunately for row 2 of the grid. That's Nick Nielsen trying to get alongside his teammate. The 51 car, James Collado, the pole sitter. The Fred cars are side by side. They run out wide. Collado keeps his nose in front, and the third place Blue Alpine ahead of the gold of the first of the Cadillacs. Earl Bamber started 4th on the grid. Has he made it through? It looks, in fact, it's the BMW 3rd. So that is Kevin Magnussen. Good, clean start, but the Ferrari's already showing. And drama, bits flying off. One of the Peugeots was on the dirt, and one of the caddies has dropped right back. The number 12 car down to 11th place. Will Stevens getting shuffled out in the first couple of corners. It's Ferrari 1, 2, 3 wide behind the BMW for 4th place. Anthony Davidson, what a start.
Yeah, there's a bit of wheel banging as well. Side-by-side action with the number 35 Alpine versus the Jota there on the exit of turn 6 on the run to turn 7.
Earl Bamber in that caddy giving no quarter, and he gets shuffled down the order. The Alpine went by. That's Ferdy Habsburg.
Looking further back, Mike Conway, the number 7, has lost a position to the BMW number 20. That's René Rast at the wheel. They were jostling for position. Number 7 was in front before turn 6, so lost a position there. Now has Robert Kubica in that yellow Ferrari. You can see there in midfield, right behind him in his mirrors.
Yeah, the yellow Ferrari is dropping back a little from that first of the Toyotas to the Porsche of Julian Andlauer. There are the Aston Martin Valkyries. Listen. Oh, we'll get much more of that in the next 10 hours. They just make a fabulous noise.
Buemi is already in the car number 8, made up a few positions, I think 3 or 4 positions in fact, at the start of this race.
He's just pulled ahead of Rolex Vansor, gone ahead of the 6 car, which has gone backwards in the early corners of this race.
Just saw the shot, very quick shot of Sebastian Buemi in the black Toyota right at the top of the picture, coming up the order, and now challenging the Peugeot ahead of him, and that is Loic Duval, the Peugeot white with the green highlights. In LMGT3, 2 Ferraris there are 4th and 5th, the silver cars. And everybody has made it through safely. Didn't look like major drama. Leader in the LMGT3 is James Cossingham's United Autosport McLaren. There you can see one of the Mustangs having a little feint and trying to move up the order, and that was Stefano Gattuso trying to put a move on the yellow Corvette of Ben Keating.
The problem is, you know, it's hard to see where your wheels are in these big cars, and it's argy-bargy. As you can see, it's frantic stuff. So now we're in full course yellow. The drivers will be pressing that full course yellow button on the steering wheel to limit the cars to 80 kilometers an hour. So it's not like how a virtual safety car would work in Formula 1, for example. So all the cars now will be limited to that 80 kph speed.
Debris at turn 1, we're being told, is the reason for the full course yellow. You can see it there, right in almost the centre of the screen on the orange strip to the outside. That's pretty much where Earl Bamber had his contact with the McLaren. Ferrari 1-2, we're going to be taking a look back. This is the incident that caused the damage. It was the hit from the car it hit that caused the damage to the Lexus, but bad news too for both. There you go. It's the second hit there that caused the damage that they're now having to repair.
So damage, laps lost, drive-through penalty, and also a bill for a new onboard camera.
Absolutely.
So, hopefully, actually, the camera will survive better than the left front corner did.
8.
We've got the countdown
7,
before they're released
6,
of the full course
5,
yellow.
4, 3.
They've told
2,
Van Rompuy just to save fuel anyway,
full
and then you'll
course
get them in the
yellow
pit
removed.
stop.
Well, what he's saying is you're going to get them in the next stint anyway, because they believe their tyre degradation will be less. Yeah, the Alpine, the BMW is still not off the limiter.
It's not.
No, so we do see this very occasion, the electronics glitch, and it does not release the car. And he's now frantically punching the steering wheel, trying to get it to go.
He still had the hazard lights flashing.
Yeah, he still does. So, yeah. Everybody hears the countdown from their engineer at the same time. Now the BMW is up to speed, but those flashing lights normally only come on when you're on the pit lane speed limiter or when you're on the 80 km/h speed limiter. So the number 15 BMW, which was looking for 3rd place, has suddenly gone right back through the field, and past it is not Ferdy Habsburg in the Alpine that was chasing him, but the other Alpine that was 10 places further back.
He's still got hazard lights on there.
It has. So something is not well with the electronics. So that is Will Stevens chasing Fred McAvicky, Paul di Resta, Ferdy Habsburg, Sebastian Buemi, Mike Conway, and Earl Bamber in a long queue in front of him. Full course yellow down to 80 kilometers an hour.
Well, we're waiting here. Why? Well, my guess would be debris, or maybe a clean-up required.
while we got this full course yellow, it's just a moment to appreciate the job that Buemi has done here in the car number 8. I know I've been going on about there's a bit of bodywork.
It's the door.
It's the door, of course. It's the door. Yeah,
now,
that needed recovering.
Now there's a souvenir.
They're not supposed to blow the doors off.
Hey!
But going back to where he's now directly behind the sister car of car 7, Mike Conway, who started way up the field in comparison. Buemi started absolutely second to last on the grid here today in Hypercar.
And in fact, he only wasn't last because Harry Tinkle lost his qualifying times in this car, 009, for speeding in the pit lane during qualifying. And that's where the door came from. It's like when you see two trucks on the motorway limited to the same speed, but they're not exactly identical. One is creeping past the other, and they are both creeping up behind the McLaren, who have obviously given their drivers just a little bit more margin for error. This could be very entertaining. They are racing at 80 k's, they go, and the Alpine with a little bit of a better run, but on the outside line. Buemi is so good in traffic, and through has gone the Peugeot as well. So 93 Peugeot jumps the Alpine, and that's Paul di Resta getting ahead of Fred Mako. Makovici now with Will Stevens and Loic Duval. In fact, where's Will Stevens gone in that little group?
Yeah, that was a risky place for Ferdinand Habsburg to try and race around the outside. There are so many stones and marbles on the exit, or on the outside of turn 9. Seb was always going to win that particular fight. Before the pit stops, where was Ferdy Habsburg in that Alpine? 3rd. Where is he now? 10th.
Well, it's Habsburg. It wasn't slow in the pit lane either.
No.
Side by side, Cadillac and Ferrari. The 83 to the inside is the number 38 car to the outside. That position goes. 83
on 38. 38 now leads 83. So, yeah, change of position right down there in the first turn. We're passed by Earl Bamber, back up to 5th. Working with the performance of that Lexus, or is it just that the McLarens were losing performance through that second stint? Well, here we go. In trouble 61. Now then. How does this play? How does this play? Christian Reed, bronze driver in the Iron Lynx Mercedes and team principal of the Proton Mustang team. So he is literally racing against his own cars.
Lost it on the exit of turn 9, I'm sure. It's Fuoco now. Definitely one of the most exciting drivers we have in the World Endurance Championship. Exits the pits on all 4 new tyres, and his teammate comes into the pits. Are we going to have a full course yellow, or would this benefit Collado massively? Yes, it would if it does.
Except he won't be able to warm his tyres up. And we just saw there how slow the Ferrari was with all the LMGT3 cars whizzing round him either side because he's on stone cold tyres, and it's like driving on ice.
Oh yeah, just lost it. He had a bit of a tank slapper on the exit of turn 9 there. Doesn't hit the barrier, but only just.
That was close, wasn't it?
It's one of those corners on this track that really starts to become very tricky as the race progresses. We mentioned the marbles earlier on. You just
30 seconds to VSC.
Virtual safety car coming.
Oh, that's real trouble for the Ferrari. It's got to get out of the pit lane
VSC.
and be in front. Otherwise, it's going to be stuck at the back of the queue.
Virtual safety car in less than 15 seconds. Virtual safety car in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Virtual safety car deployed. VSC.
Now, with a virtual safety car, unlike a direct safety car intervention, pit lane remains open. Lights are out on the safety car. Martin Haven, Graham Goodwin and Anthony Davidson correcting me in the booth. In the pit lane, Bruce Ioane and Alex Lequi with the probing questions. And on track, Cadillac 1-2, just as the boss came in for a chat. I hope he got a picture of the timings.
Oh no! Oh no! The absolute nightmare scenario for Jota has just happened. Alex Lynn directly into the back of Jenson Button's car. Both cars damaged.
And badly damaged. I'm not sure that's just a clip.
And both cars into the pits. Inevitably, that was Jensen just braking before accelerating through the final corner to get a run, catching out his teammate Alex Lynn, who was going for it. He was desperate not for Jensen to get a gap on him. The Jensen accelerates, brakes early, and then Alex is accelerating just as Jensen's braking. Oh dear, the nightmare scenario.
And they had the perfect opportunity with the Lexus holding all of the other hypercars up to really get a break.
He thought he had gone. He thought he had gone. He accelerated and he went with him.
And it happens.
Safety car is in the pits. This is lap 3. Pit exit is closed. Safety car is in the pits. Track is green. No overtaking before the line.
So Pedro Cochero, our safety car driver, is in the pit lane. We go, go, go. Green, green, green for Ferrari. You are not allowed to pass even a slower GT3 car before the line. You're not allowed to be alongside it before the line. You must be 100% behind. Here comes a Toyota. Toyota on Porsche action. That is number 7. And that is Kamui Kobayashi dive bombing Mathieu Jaminet. He got just the run he needed out of the last corner to get alongside him. And again, it's exactly what we talked about, making the best of every single second you're in the car. And Kamui did exactly that.
Did Kamui Kobayashi pass him?
Yes.
In which case he passed him before the line.
No, he passed him down into turn 1. So he passed him. There you can see the yellow Ferrari, the Air Force car of Yefei, he's 3rd. Robin Freins in 4th. Charles Milesi, 5th place. So the BMW and the Alpine again swinging in the top 6, but Toyota up to 6th and 7th. There's the 20 BMW, and that is Robin Freins with Charles Milesi, the blue Alpine, and he is now, okay, that's an out of place number 5 Penske Porsche. That's actually a number 6 car, rather. That's a lap down, Matt Campbell. We're with Jules Gounon.
We will go under full course yellow in less than 15 seconds. Full course yellow in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full course yellow, full course yellow.
Well, that was a moment.
That was a complete demonstration of how close, how far the drivers take it before they get to the 0 and press the full course yellow button.
It could have been, depending on the delay they've got. Fair comment at that point. It could have been a position gain, but he opted not to take the risk. Also in the middle of that, of course, the number 50 car. So Antonio Fuoco is in the middle of this gaggle. That is the incident that's brought out this full course yellow with the debris you can see flying off there. Hopefully a short interruption.
So dive through the middle.
It was four wide.
Oh yeah, I mean it was obviously very tight. He didn't have much room to the left-hand side, but then obviously veered to the right too much.
That could have been so. I could see it. Yes, he's absolutely frustrated. That could have been so much worse. And Sean Galale, our pole sitter, silver driver, the first silver driver to set pole in Hypercar. We go back to green flag racing, pounced by the number 50 car, still not by the McLaren quite yet.
No, the GT cars got surprisingly high amount of grip and better warm-up from their tyres as well. They're slightly softer tyres than the Michelins because they don't have to go through the same stresses, so they get a better warm-up with the LMGT3 tyres.
And their top speed is much lower than the hypercars, but their minimum speed is not much lower. They've got good mechanical grip. So, yeah, so the slow speed is not the differential.
We will deploy virtual safety car in less than 15 seconds. Virtual safety car in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Virtual safety car deployed. VSC, VSC.
So this means we get down to control conditions, but pit lane will stay open for 2 laps while they clear up the deconstructed rear end of the Porsche 963, the 99 car in the hands of Nico Ferroni, running through the gravel. I think catching the lip of that gravel trap with the rear end of the car, which is what's done quite a lot of damage there. We will then go to safety car, gentlemen. So everybody that wants to pit, which will be pretty much all of them, will pit at this stage. We'll see again the incident.
Yeah, just running wide, and we've seen it so many times. The cars get beached over the lip of that curb, and you've got the car there as well. And, you know, before that gravel trap, the driver simply would have just gone straight on, well, carried momentum way off the track, and it would have been a track limits. But the driver now is desperately trying to hang on to keeping the car on the track, and you pay the price of going over.
So cars building up to speed. The safety car now really starts to put the hammer down. He wants to be clean. Lights are off at the end of timing sector 2, and now we get down on the run down from corner 15 to the final turn. The yellow Ferrari, that is the Airways car of Phil Hansen, leading at the restart from Miguel Molina with Nick de Vries and Ryo Hirakawa 3rd and 4th for Toyota.
Look at this already.
Well, there you go. He's under pressure. Really good restarting from Miguel Molina. Now, who's got temperature in the tyres for the braking battle at the end of the straight? Hansen holds on. That's not Molina. That's a Porsche trying to go around. So trying to unlap itself.
It's Michael Christensen, the number 5 car, the first lap car.
Sorry, Graham. Mistake there from Hansen in turn 2. Ran a little bit wide, didn't meet the apex, and actually has been overtaken. Lost that position there. I mean, it's not a position for the lead, but the Porsche's managed to unlap itself.
His engineer should have been going, let him go, it's not your battle. Your battle is with the Ferrari. That Ferrari, the red car, in 2nd place. So actually, yeah, the Porsche has gone, and that's not bad news for Phil Hansen. He'll pick up a little bit of a toe on the straight.
I thought it was a bit of a feisty move there from the car number 6. It's Kevin Estre behind the wheel. I forgot that.
There you go. On board with Nick de Vries. All right, so where were we going? I can't remember where we were going. So different tyre strategies are going to come into play later on. Has anything surprised you so far in this race from a tyre performance issue, other than the fact that it's probably colder than we expected?
It's a little bit cooler than what we have experienced during the prologue, but it's warmer than the free practice. Actually, we are online with what we have learned during the prologue, so there is no big surprise at the moment. So that's why I can tell you that the strategy for the next 2 or 3 hours, it will be on the hard on the left and the medium on the right.
Now, Graham, if you twist his arm, can we get him to squeak of which manufacturers he's already sent?
I was about to say.
The tyre sim to.
As a journalist, when he told me he knew that early, I'm going to take him for dinner and he's going to get very, very drunk.
Pierre-Alpha Michelin, thank you so much. I know that it is a massive part of making this hypercar program what it is the equatability of the tyres across the platform. So, as ever, thanks for your information. Thanks indeed for your screen that you give us. And we look forward to another exciting 4.5 hours of racing.
And remember, there will be another evolution of these tyres for Michelin next year. Is that correct?
Correct. Next season, we will provide a new range of tyres.
Smoke in the car.
Yeah. This is not good news for the 77 Proton car that caught fire. He's pulling over. Bernardo Souza pulling over. Right, bailing out very quickly, fire underneath the car. This is almost a direct repeat of what happened to Ben Tuck in the very first session of the prologue last week. He gets out and he's not been able to stop right by a fire point. Safety car scrambled immediately by Eduardo Freitas because he's going to want to send a fire engine or something down there. Nothing to lose, everything to gain, and going mediums all round. Safety car is in the pit lane. Phil Hansen leads the restart on to lap 170. So 170 laps complete onto lap 171, 165 to go. We are over half distance, both in terms of distance and in terms of halfway through the race on the clock. And there is number 8 Toyota under pressure. Hasn't maybe got enough heat, not enough pressure. Number 20 BMW, Rene Rast, all over the back of Ryo Hirakawa. That's for 4th place. And Rast really looked like the car that was on the move. Nick de Vries just in front, staring at the back of Miguel Molina and Phil Hansen. And again, you can see lots of jinking around right behind Rast, desperate to find a way by Hirakawa.
Yeah, good clean restart from Phil Hansen this time around, a much better run through turn 2. But Nick de Vries looked like he was trying to mount some pressure on the car that we're riding on board with now, Miguel Molina. But in fact, just weaving around trying to get the heat in the tyres. Much more interested was Nick de Vries in getting those tyres up to temperature than trying to dive down the inside of the Ferrari. But he's hanging on with them very well on this opening lap.
Full course yellow, full course yellow.
And that is going to be, I'm sure, for
On the
debris.
main straight, bear totally left. On the main straight, bear totally left. We're having marshals exposed.
This was, we were told there was some debris on the start line on driver's right just a few minutes ago. And,
Just looking out the commentary box window, I can't see any visible debris on track, but yeah, hopefully we carry on one of the onboards, we'll see exactly where it is. There we go.
It's a water bottle. There's a water bottle on track. Right by the pit wall. But something else as well. They're clearly on the racing surface. There we go. But there is absolutely a water bottle up by the wall. Until we get to our next race.
Full
Back
course
to
yellow
green
removed.
flag running. Lots of ways to follow the stories you can see and some of the ones that you don't